Now, 26 people have been burnt to death in an accident on the Kintampo Tamale stretch in the Bono East region. The accident, according to police, occurred Monday morning. The accident involved a Benz Sprinter and a U-turn bus. Both drivers are among the dead. The Sprinter allegedly drove into the lane of the U-turn, causing the accident. We'll speak in the course of this program to my colleague Anas Sabitz to get a lot more details on how this may have occurred. But we are told, for instance, that most of the bodies have been burnt beyond recognition and that the dead include a pregnant woman. Survivors have been taken to the Kintampo Government Hospital, but the Code Rescue officials are saying that the casualty figure could go up. Reports also indicate that the bus, which was carrying sacks of fresh pepper and about 12 passengers and heading towards Kintampo from Tamale, collided head-on with a Sprinter between Kawampe and Dawa at about 4 a.m. Monday. The graphic online is quoting the assemblyman for Kawampe, Mr. Matthias Tasun, who says the two buses caught fire after the collision and all the passengers who got trapped in the Sprinter bus were burnt to death. We go to the phone lines to speak to Nana Wiafe Akente, who is with our sister station, Adom FM, for more. Nana Wiafe, what can you tell us about this accident? We're told that it happened about 4 a.m. this morning.
Yeah, so far we've been able to retrieve 30 bodies, out of which 27 of them are burnt beyond recognition. We have one woman and two other men whom maybe the family will be able to identify later on. Unfortunately, that woman still seems pregnant, and the bodies are still lying now along the road here, waiting for vehicles to transport them to the Kintampo Municipal Hospital morgue or any other place of convenience that they will be able to preserve them to wait for their families.
Do we know the total number of passengers on both vehicles?
No, we don't know for fact, but what we hear is that the U-turn bus was having on board 11 passengers because it was loaded with this green pepper and other sort of vegetables. So it was those things that were occupying even the passenger seats or the bus. So it was left with few seats that were occupied by passengers. So for that, we can say that there were about 11 of them in that U-turn bus. But out of the 207, the way we've seen the seats and others, it will be a 23 passenger, a seater passenger bus. None of them seems to have survived. So for that one, we can say that if it was fully out of capacity, then 23 of them all are now burnt beyond recognition. We cannot know for fact whether it was fully loaded, but the assumption is that before a vehicle of such nature will take off from a particular place to their destination, unless it is fully loaded, it wouldn't take off. So the assumption is that 23 in number. And they are all perished now. They are all beyond recognition.
Nana Wiafe, we also hear that some have been taken to the hospital. Do we know the states that they're in?
Yes. 6 weeks, we were able to get 6 survivors, out of which 5 of them are receiving treatment at the Kintampo Municipal Hospital for now. One of them is here with us. He looks very healthy, but the police are advising him to also rush to the hospital for any inconveniences that are about to happen to him. So we can say that 6 of them have survived.
Okay, great.
Is he 11 or 12 in the bus.
So this person that you say, from just looking at him, he looks okay. Is he able to say exactly what happened in terms of how the accident occurred?
Yes, he tells us that even though he was a bit asleep, he heard the sound boom, and all of a sudden he saw that there was an accident, but the whole place was dark. And so he managed to get exit points where there was lead screen and others. So he tried pushing hard and he was able to break one of the windows where he passed through, and he helped other 6 of them, 5 of them, who also followed through that particular exit, and then they came out of the bus. But he said he didn't even know that it was collusion. It was later he saw the smoke coming from all over, and by the time he was the only person who was a bit healthier and could monitor things until later on other rescuers came in. So he said it was around 3:30 thereabouts that the incident actually occurred, and all what he saw was that he had been able to get out of the bus, and he saw the smoke and other things coming out of both vehicles.
Did he say which of the buses he got off from?
He was in the U-turn bus that was coming from the Boko side.
So what is police initially saying?
The police are also basing on these reports that I'm giving you, because they were also here. They've also came to see the situation, and they have also confirmed that, yes, these are the dead bodies. But from their point of view, the accident might have caused by the U-turn bus, because that is the bus that actually veered off its lane and crashed into the 207, which was coming from the southern part to the northern part. And it is obvious that the U-turn bus actually veered off and crashed. So either there was a mechanical fault in the bus, or the driver might have been sleeping at the time.
And has the fire service, we see in the videos that you forwarded that the fire service was on the scene. Do we know if they've been able to clear the road, at least for people to...
Actually, they were the first rescuer to be at the scene, and they tried to, at least when the fire first, before able to break into the vehicle proper. And even as I speak to you, the 2 buses are still in that losing point. They have not been able to fully separate them, because the way they have put on, it is not so easy to even separate the 2 apart. But the good thing is that they feel there's nobody inside there again, because they have been able to enter deep, except the back there where the vegetable is fully loaded there, and you can see still smoke coming out of that place. But the convention is that because there were 11 in that bus, 6 of them have been taken to the hospital already. It's assumed that there's nobody in the bus again. But they actually did everything. They had to bring the fire under control, and then also cut the pieces so that they will be able to remove those bodies. So they actually did everything, and it has not been so easy. Even with those who joined them later, the kind of smoke that we are inhaling so healthy, it is so choking that I can't even imagine when they came to the scene, when the flames were high, and then so, the smoke was so hard. And
Nana, so what you are saying essentially to us is that they are convinced that there are no longer bodies in those vehicles. They are done with searching for...
That's exactly what they are saying, and that is exactly what we can also witness, because we've all tried to get closer to the bus, to the wreckage, and see if we could even see some traces of some burnt bodies, but we're not seeing so. So for now, we are all convinced that they have been able to remove them. However, the way the bus is still said, they are still also waiting for other towing machines to lift the machine. Who knows if people are still trapped even under the vehicle. So until that is done, this is what we can say for now.
Great. Nana, we have here, I'll leave you to continue monitoring, but we need you to stay safety, and so get the necessary health precautions. But we still stay with the subject a while longer.